What is up, guys? Peach here, back with another Arms Day video. And before we get into this week's guns, I just want to go over one thing real fast. And that is, if you kept the Arminius D package from the other week, we got a good roll. We got one with counterbalance. And braced frame. Counterbalance and braced frame. And single point sling, which is also awesome. So, if you kept the package, pick this up. Crowd control, counterbalance, braced frame. This is a fantastic roll. And with that, let's get right back into the regular weapons. Alright guys, we've switched over to my Titan, so let's see what Banshee has for us from this week's. So the first off is the Thiessen FR4. And a couple weeks ago when they had this, I said, don't bother picking this thing up. But actually, this is probably one of the best fusion rifles in the game right now. And it actually can do quite a bit of damage. And there's one that has a pretty decent roll today, and that's this one. We've got hand laid stock, which increases our stability to max with rangefinder. So that kind of balances out the loss of range that we get here. So this one's actually really good as far as fusion rifles go right now. This is the best fusion rifle you can get. It has a slow charge rate, but a really high impact. But I would definitely go with this one over the other two. The other two both have reload perks. This one has snapshot, life support, eye of the storm, and oiled frame. So not the best. You actually get reduced range. And this last one, you get grenadier, single point sling, oiled frame again, rangefinder, which is good, but again, you're getting that reload instead of the stability. So I would definitely go with this first one where you can max out the stability and you have rangefinder. Moving on to the JLB 42 rocket, we've got one with grenades and horseshoes this week, which is awesome. It's got single point sling, which is also nice because then you can switch to it quicker and switch off of it quicker. Perfect balance, snapshot, don't really affect it too much. But we've got grenades and horseshoes, which is awesome. So that's definitely the one I'd pick up. This one, you've got reactive reload. You do have heavy payload and javelin on this one, which is nice. But again, you don't have that grenades and horseshoes. So unfortunately not on that one. And we've got the same kind of deal here. You got heavy payload. You do have surplus, which can be nice if you're wanting to use it for something other than PvP. I'm usually going over these weapons with PvP in mind at this point, so I would definitely pick up this one with grenades and horseshoes if you're looking for a rocket launcher. And then looking at its basically brother counterpart, the JLB 47, there's not really a great one this week, unfortunately. We've got vacuum on two of them, and then on the third one we have reactive reload again. So if I were you, I'd save this for next week. This one does make a return next week, right here, the Surus JLB 47. So I just hold on to it, honestly, unless you want legendary marks, or unless you think one of these is really nice and you want to use it for a PvE aspect. So we're going to switch to my Warlock real fast, and then we'll be right back with the rest of the weapons. Alright guys, we are back on my Warlock, so let's go ahead and look at the rest of the weapons that Banshee has for us this week, starting off with the Surus ARI 41. This is an auto rifle that can be good depending on the roll. This one is looking like the best one to me. We've got persistence and perfect balance, and then we've got reinforced barrel or speed reload, which I'd probably go with reinforced barrel. Or, sorry, speed reload. I wouldn't go with reinforced barrels just because we lose the stability, which is always what I'm looking for. I think I've said that before. So you've got perfect balance and persistence. Perfect balance takes it almost to max, and persistence is going to help it in the long run too. This can be a pretty good auto rifle depending on how good you are with auto rifles. It's not going to be a doctrine, but it's going to be pretty good. So I'd definitely pick up this first one. We'll still take a look at the other ones real fast. On this one, we've got Take a Knee, which is kind of a garbage perk in my opinion. We do have hand laid stock, which maxes out the stability. However, it pretty much takes away all the range on this weapon. So I want that little bit of range still, which is why I want to go with the first one rather than this one with hand laid stock. We've also only got high caliber rounds or casket mag, and then speed reload. So this one's it's okay, especially with hand laid stock. but you're losing all that range, which is the part I don't like. And then finally, this one, we've got fitted stock, which increases the stability a little bit. We've also got oil frame, which just affects the reload and range. We've got lightweight, glass half full, and then small bore. Small bore is okay. It increases our range and stability, but decreases the magazine and reload speed. So that's why I didn't want to go with this one either. So I'm going with the first one, like I said, with persistence and perfect balance. It's a pretty nice combo. And now we've got the Banshee D pulse rifle. This pulse rifle is not terrible, but it's not my cup of tea either. We're going to look at the third one first. It's got glass half full, full auto, single point sling, fitted stock, which increases our stability a bit, and then reinforced barrel, which just increases the range. This one's not terrible, but it's not great either. I'm always looking for stability. I say that a lot. So then we've got this one with danger close rangefinder, which is nice. We've got high caliber rounds, hand loaded, and hand blade stock, which maxes out our stability, which isn't bad. However, I kind of like this first one the best. We've also got hand laid stock on this one, which maxes out our stability, but we've also got full auto and crowd control, which is going to make this weapon a lot of fun to use. So this is the one I'd pick up. That's the one I'm going to pick up, although this one here is also not a bad choice, especially with the maxed out stability, but I'm going to go with the full auto. Looking at our field test weapons this week, we've got one for double kills, we've got one to use against hive targets, we've got one to use against high ranking enemies, so all your gold tier enemies, we've got crucible kills with the shotgun, and then fallen captains with the sniper rifles. Not too bad. Most of them are PvE this week, which is awesome. Those are the easier ones to complete for sure. So first off, we've got the Banshee Arminius D, which is kind of the sister weapon to the Arminius D. It's got a little bit lower of a fire rate while higher impact, so it's not quite the bullet hose like the Doctrine or the Arminius D, but it can still be really, really, really good. So I would definitely pick this one up and wait for a nice counterbalance roll like we had on the Arminius D today. Moving to the next one, we've got the Suros ARI-41 auto rifle. Pretty much the same thing. I think we actually had this one this week. So pick this one up again if you didn't like any of the rolls this week, or if you kept it already, you're good to go. Then we've got the Suros DIS-43 scout rifle. This scout rifle can be insanely good, especially with a full stability roll or a full auto roll. So I definitely pick this one up too. There's a lot of good weapons coming next week. We've also got the Suros JLB-47 rocket launcher, just like we did this week. So if you held on to it, you don't need to pick it up again, or pick it up if you're still looking for a good rocket launcher, especially when we get one with grenades or horseshoes, or tracking is pretty good on this thing too. And finally, we've got the Hacky Jinyu Kogo D shotgun. This is an alright shotgun. It's got a decent rate of fire and impact with pretty much no range. So this would be a better one for PvE, not PvP. But if you love shotguns and you like the Hacky shotguns, go ahead and pick it up. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time. And as always, peach out.